The body of 58-year-old Michael Snee was found at his home on Connaughton Road yesterday morning. He had suffered serious injuries, while the body of 42-year-old Aidan Moffat was discovered at his house at Cartron Heights at around 8:30 on Monday evening. Aidan had also been the subject of a serious physical assault.
Members of the Garda Technical Bureau arriving at the scene in Connaughton Road this afternoon. It was here at this house at 10:30 last night that Gardaí were called following the discovery of a man's body. The victim, 58-year-old Michael Snee, had suffered significant physical injuries. Neighbours today spoke of a gentle, quiet man who lived alone with his dog. Just 48 hours earlier, Gardaí were dealing with another murder. 42-year-old Aidan Moffat was found at his home in Cartron Heights. He also suffered serious and significant physical injuries. The two murders, just days apart, has left people devastated.
It's just so sad. I can't believe this would happen in a place like Sligo. We're all devastated, all the local community. It's just shocking. Both men, lovely men of Sligo.
It's just unreal. It's just unreal. I just can't believe it in the short space of time. Just really, that Sligo has got it like twice in a row. Very sad for the people concerned.
Well, what's the word you would use? It's dreadful. It's dreadful. Everybody's conscious of it because Sligo is normally a quiet town. So it didn't happen too far away from where I live, so it's horrendous.
In the early hours of this morning, Sligo Gardaí and members of the Armed Support Unit arrested a man in his 20s on suspicion of murder. Gardaí say they're keeping an open mind in their investigations.
We are also actively investigating as to whether there is a hate-related motive to these murders. Gardaí are also investigating whether Michael and Aidan met their attacker online. We continue to explore all of the circumstances of these cases and are examining another recent incident which occurred in the Sligo area. I am appealing to any person who may have been the subject of any unwanted approaches or who was assaulted or otherwise attacked to contact the incident room at Sligo Garda Station.
This evening, two families are coming to terms with the loss of their loved ones in circumstances beyond belief.
Well, let's go live now to Paul Quinn, who's standing by at Sligo Garda Station. And Paul, a huge reaction to these murders, not just from Sligo itself.
Yeah, look, I think there's been shockwaves, not just right across the northwest, but right across the country. And I think it's the violent nature of these murders that people are really trying to get their heads around and to comprehend. Now, investigations are continuing here in Sligo this evening. There's a lot of Garda activity at various locations around the time as part of this investigation. The body of Michael Snee has been removed from his quiet home in the cul-de-sac off Connaughton Road overlooking Sligo City. This evening, a post-mortem will be carried out at Sligo University Hospital by the state pathologist, and tributes have continued to be paid today for Michael Snee and also for Aidan Moffat, whose body was found on Monday night at his home in Cartron Heights. People you speak to on the street today, people who knew them, they've been left absolutely devastated, but there's also been strong political reaction from government as well today.
Just really wanted to say how shocked and how worried I am actually by the two murders that appear to have occurred in Sligo in the last couple of days. Really unspeakable crimes and terrible things were done to these men, and it does appear that there might be a hate motive behind it.
These are incidents that we thought were behind us, and again I just want to reassure people that any crimes that are motivated by hate or by prejudice or by discrimination will not be tolerated, will carry higher sentences, and I hope to introduce the hate crime bill in a matter of weeks to respond.
Now, this evening, Gardaí detectives here at Sligo Garda Station continuing to question a man in his 20s. He's been held under Section 4 of the Criminal Justice Act, which means he can be held for 24 hours, after which point Gardaí will have to make a decision whether to release or to charge him. We heard there from government. We also heard from Aidan Glacken here at Sligo Garda Station earlier today. That appeal for anyone who may have been a victim of a hate crime here in Sligo, who has yet to report it, to please get in touch with the incident room here in Sligo, that it will be treated in the strictest of confidence.